What's the worst thing that ever happened to you, Queen Victoria?
Well, when I was little, my mom would never let me walk up or down the stairs without her holding my hand. I was never allowed to sleep on my own because I was next in the throne. My mother was worried the person after me to go on the throne would do something bad to me, so they could go next in the throne instead.
Princess Diana, what was the nicest thing you've ever done?
Well, going to charities, of course, because seeing all the smiles on their faces when I walked to the door and seeing how hurt they felt.
Thomas Edison, what invention made you the happiest?
The light bulb, probably, because I had to try and try and try, and finally I got it right.
Hello, Mr. Jobs.
Hello.
Tell me, I am interested. What is the most disappointing thing that ever happened to you in your life?
The most disappointing thing that happened to me was when I tried to create the Apple I computer, Apple II computer, and the Macintosh, but I failed. But then when I did it, it was the most happiest time of my life.
Thank you, Mr. Jobs.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Bird.
Good morning.
So, what is the most interesting thing that's ever happened to you?
Well, I think I was either in Germany or Japan, and I went to St. Luke's Hospital, and I told the guards that that someone I knew was having a baby, and instead of going into the hospital, I climbed up onto the roof and I took secret pictures.
Good morning, Mrs. Tubman. Good morning. So, what was the most happiest moment in your life? The most happiest moment in my life was probably when I reached Philadelphia to be free. But it was both the saddest because my family and friends, they were still slaves, so I had nothing to do. I mean, I was free, but I had no friends.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Marie Curie. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good. What was the most astonishing moment of your life?
The most astonishing moment of my life was probably when I won my 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, one for chemistry and one for physics, because I discovered 2 elements.
That is very cool. Thank you. Hello, John F. Kennedy. How are you doing?
Very well. How are you doing?
Good. I have a quick question for you. What is the most exciting part of your life?
Well, it was when... The most exciting part of my life was when I joined the U.S. Navy and became in charge of boat PT-109 because they chose me because they thought I was an honest and kindest man.
Hello, Kit Carson. How are you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
Very good. One quick question. What was the most heartbreaking time of your life?
The most heartbreaking time of my life was when my wife sadly died before she was going to have a baby because she got very sick.
Oh, I am so sad. I am so sad for you. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Good morning, Mr. Armstrong. How was your day?
It was great.
So, tell me the most happiest thing of your life.
I was on my way to space and I was flying in my spaceship. But then the computer sent us on to the wrong place. I was looking at lots of buttons and then I pressed one and I fixed it. Then I was in my spaceship flying to the moon. I was about to land, but we were running out of landing fuel. I went down really slowly and I did it. Then Mr. Couture told me that I had to collect rocks and soil for Earth. Then I was looking for the perfect spot to plant the American flag.
Good morning, Mr. Cousteau. What was the saddest part of your life?
Oh, that's a great question. One day I was swimming with my friends, but then I lost connection to my mouthpiece. And then my friends pulled me up to the surface, but they drowned.
Wow, that must be very sad.
But how did they drown?
Because they took off all their mouthpiece off and then they accidentally fell. Good day, Mr. Roosevelt. Tell me, what was the worst part of your life?
It was probably when the Great Depression hit. It was horrible. Hungry people roamed the streets, and if they wanted to get food, they had to wait in a long line. And the people were poor, so because the bank shut down, and so did the factories.
Did anything fix the Great Depression?
No, not really. Kind of ended by itself.
Thank you for talking to me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good morning, Neil Armstrong. What was your most heartbreaking moment in your life?
Probably when I broke up with my wife, Sharon, because we got in a fight.
What kind of fight was it?
Well, when our daughter died, Muffy, we wanted to get a new one, or I wanted to, and she didn't want to because we already had 2 sons.
How did she die?
Well, she got a really bad how do you say that word? Concussion, and she got hit by a brick.
I feel sad for you. Thank you, Neil Armstrong.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Benjamin Franklin. What was the most furious thing in your life?
Well, it was probably when I was inventing the bifocals because I didn't know what it would turn out like. And I didn't know if it was going to be one eye would be for to see, or one eye would be, or they would be both to see, or one eye would be for read, or they would be both be for reading.
Good morning, Mother Teresa. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. What was the most exciting part of your life?
That would probably be becoming a nun and leading the new group of missionary charity, because it was a new group and I became the leader.
Thank you for telling me. Bye.
Thank you.
Good morning, Benjamin Franklin. What was your most saddest thing in your life?
Probably when my wife, Deborah Reed, died because she couldn't breathe well.
Well, I feel sorry for you.
Hello, Queen Elizabeth II. What was the most disappointing part of your life?
I have 2. The first one was when I was on a trip to Africa and the king, my father, he suddenly died, which was really sad for me. And the second one was that my house got burned because there was fires going around and it just reached my house and it was sad.
That must be really, really hard and sad for you. Well, thank you for coming. Bye.
Of course, anytime.
Good morning, Jane Goodall. What was the happiest part of your life?
Going in the jungle and seeing all the animals play because it was just really fun to see what they did.
That sounds fun. I wish I could go with you when you did that. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
And cut.